Hey everybody, this is Taylor from Stylish and Fabulous. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making some cilantro lime chicken and gnocchi soup. Now, what is gnocchi? Gnocchi is basically a dumpling, and what I have are some Italian style dumplings that are made with potatoes and wheat. So let's talk about why I'm making this soup. I love meal prepping. I had to start meal prepping about a year or two ago because I have an intestinal disorder and an autoimmune disease, and part of trying to live a healthy lifestyle and have a better quality of life is eating things that agree with me and that are good for my body. So I typically try to make really healthy foods that taste amazing. And meal prepping, because I'm such a busy individual, I work a full-time job, I am very involved in my church, a big family person, I want to have time to hang out with my friends as well, and so there's just different facets to my life. And being able to meal prep and have things already prepared is so great. It saves a lot of time at the end of my workday or when I get home from church. I can just pull something out of the refrigerator or the freezer, heat it up, and I'm good to go. Minimal prep after the fact. So meal prepping is great for anybody that is super busy, working a lot, you just have a busy lifestyle. Meal prepping is really great and I recommend it to everyone. It's a lot of work sometimes on the upfront of, buying your groceries and planning things out, planning your meals, getting your ingredients together and, having to actually, put things in containers or however you're going to store it. But I'm telling you, it's so worth it. So let's get on to what we're going to be doing today. Again, it is cilantro, lime, chicken and gnocchi soup, and I'm just going to show you the different ingredients as I put them in the pot. It's a very easy, quick recipe. So first off, I'm going to take some chicken broth. And so what I have is it's 99% fat-free chicken broth. It's just the generic kind from my local grocery store. And part of what I try to do with my cooking is I try to use lower fat things, lower sodium type things, because it's just better for overall health, and because I also like to season and salt my own food. So if I'm buying ingredients that don't already have a whole bunch of preservatives or sodium or seasonings in it, then that leaves it to me to be able to season my food the way that I like. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to put in after my chicken broth is some organic cut and peeled baby carrots. And so I'm just going to add in about 3 handfuls of these. And I'm not going to chop them up. Next, I am going to put in a bunch of cilantro, and this is where part of the soup gets its name from, cilantro, lime, chicken, and gnocchi. And so what I'm going to do is just take that little thing off there, and I'm going to pick out quickly some of the maybe not so good looking pieces of cilantro. And I'm not going to cut these up or cut the stems or anything like that. I'm just going to throw them in whole. And honestly, I love doing this because it's almost like when it's finished, it's like you have spinach in there, but it's cilantro. It's really delicious. Alright, so next thing I'm going to put in is some shredded chicken breast. And I love this Foster Farm shredded chicken breast. They also have cubed chicken breast. And this is really, really great for meal prepping because it saves time as opposed to buying your fresh chicken and having to cut it up and cook it and shred it yourself. So this is really, really great. No antibiotics ever, so I really love this Foster Farms shredded chicken brand. I also like to use the chicken breast because it is a leaner cut of meat, and although the thigh is really my favorite part of the chicken and definitely has the most fat and flavor, you can definitely add your flavor into your chicken breast. And overall, it's just a little bit healthier and just a leaner meat to eat. So I'm going to take this shredded chicken breast here, and I'm going to put some of this into my pot. And again, we have the chicken broth, the carrots, and the cilantro, and now I'm putting in the chicken. Okay. All right. So what's next is I have squeezed the juice of 2 limes that I just cut, and I used my squeezer here, and I'm just gonna pour the juice of those 2 limes into my pot. And then I'm going to put my gnocchi in. I'm gonna put the whole pack in there. And then I also like to reinforce any soup that I'm doing, usually with chicken broth, with some chicken bouillon. And this is the powdered kind. You can also buy the squares of bouillon cubes. But I'm just going to take a teaspoon, rough teaspoon. And you'll learn with my cooking, a lot of times it's to taste that I'm putting my seasonings in. And so sometimes I can't tell you exactly if it's 1 teaspoon or 1 tablespoon, but a lot of it is to taste. So then finally, I am going to just put some water in. And I have about 3 cups of water here. I'm just gonna pour that in. Now with all my ingredients added in, I'm just gonna give this a quick stir. Kind of break the gnocchi up a little bit and mix everything around. All right, and this is going to go on the stove. I'm gonna put this on medium-high heat, covered until it is boiling, and then once it's boiling, I am going to turn the heat off and then let it cool, and then we'll be back on to show you the actual meal prepping part where I am portioning it off. And here is the finished product. Look at that, looking really, really good. I'm just gonna take my utensil here, give it a good stir. This is looking so delicious. It smells great. You can really smell the cilantro and the lime. The carrots are still vibrant. The gnocchi is going to be flavorful because it's sucked up the juices from the chicken broth and the powdered bouillon cube we put, or the bouillon powder we put in there. And then again, that cilantro and that lime, and it's just soaking up all of that delicious flavor with the chicken. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. I'm gonna put the lid back on, and I'm just going to let it cool down. All right, and here we have our finished soup. This is gonna be the last step. We have our lime and cilantro chicken and gnocchi soup, and it is looking and smelling absolutely delicious. So what I'm gonna do is just portion out for myself what I want. There we go. Get all that delicious broth with the carrots and the chicken, the lime, the cilantro. Smells delicious. And so I'm gonna finish up doing my meal prep and portioning out for myself for the week. Alright, so I have finished portioning out for myself for the week what I would like to have, and I actually still have some left over. This actually makes, I probably could get another maybe 3 or 4 of these small containers out of this. So this actually makes a pretty good portion, and this is just myself eating this. So if you have a family, this is probably, for a family of 4, this is probably a good night's worth of soup, and maybe the next night for a couple of people. So this is a really good, easy, and quick meal to throw together. Very simple ingredients, and again, it's a great meal prep option. If you're not going to be able to eat all the soup in 1 week, you can always portion it out and put what you don't eat in the freezer. It freezes very well and unfreezes well too. You just put it in the fridge to defrost, and then once it's defrosted, then put it in the microwave and heat it up for yourself. All right, everybody, you guys have a stylish and fabulous day.